One of the first things I do when I work with someone, and I have outrageous compassion working with individuals that struggle with anxiety, because I've struggled with it my whole life. I still have it at times that I have to use the tools, and some that I'll share here today, in order to minimize it so it doesn't take over and limit my joy and limit my progression in my career or relationships or whatever it might be, right? Anxiety can become an identity as we continue to talk about our anxiety and really pay attention to this. We say, well, I'm always anxious around dogs. I don't want to get too close to that one. I'm always anxious around water. Let's step back a little bit. Around crowds, I always feel kind of anxious around crowds. So, we can come up with 1,000 different reasons of why we have anxiety, and now it's become anchored as our identity. The more we talk about our anxiety, the more we become anxious, the more that anxiety gets grounded. Now, if we're surrounded by people that support us and go, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that you're anxious. Oh my gosh, I forgot you get anxious over everything. That's not support. Actually, that's not support at all. The greatest support in the world would be, let's go over in this direction. And then when we're out of the space of anxiety, talk to your friend about, hey, let's see if we can get some help for this. Let's see if we can break that identity that everything around you creates anxiety. I know that myself, and this is going to sound pretty simple, but when I go into like a drugstore around any kind of Halloween or Christmas or something, I get overwhelmed. I'm overly stimulated. I can probably stay there for 5 minutes and then I have to get out. I start feeling anxious. So I'll go outside, I'll do some deep breaths, and I'll remind myself that all that stuff in there has no power over me. I'm giving it my power. And that's what we do with anxiety. Now, we might have an origin where we were thrown into a pool at 3 years of age and we weren't prepared and now we're afraid of water. I totally get it. But that identity needs to be shattered. And here's the other problem. The more we say I'm anxious about that, I'm anxious about this, I'm anxious about that, we're plugging into the subconscious mind an identity that will be very hard to eradicate if we don't stop the self-talk or the talk to others. The subconscious mind is an amazing ally or saboteur. As we break that connection with anxiety, which I have done with help from others, other professionals, tools, meditation, exercise, etc. Dealing with reality is another way to eliminate anxiety. But as we work together, we start to see a minimization of that anxiety, which is what we want, right? We want to simply stop talking. The very first step is to stop talking about our anxiety. It's not that easy, right? The second step we have is the origin of anxiety story. When did this start? How did this start? Where did this come from? When we have the origin, now logically we can go, well, no wonder why I'm anxious. My mom was constantly anxious. And then we can start to heal. Listen, let's put this to bed. Let's put this anxiety that can hurt our life, ruin our life, destroy our life to bed. I'm David Essel, 45 years as a counselor, #1 best-selling author. The website is talkdavid.com. We work with people from all over the world. Anxiety, depression, you name it, any mental health challenge, I'm here for you. Talkdavid.com. Don't let it last any longer. Let's put an end to it, okay? I'm David Essel. Have a beautiful day.